Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this is the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
That hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Man, shout out to the 5 straight Avalons, man. My Eastie partners down there in the 50s. They gonna have to do something about their elders, their leadership in these YouTube streets. Oh, blah. With the antics of Tiny Teeth and Tongue, the hypocription, Tony Toon, the Tiger. We're not gonna backtrack. We know all the goofiness he been up to, the hypocription. Oh my mama, ride monster Cody nuts, hella crazy. Blah. Then we got Avalon Blue, who for the longest been swearing he don't do this internet shit, but he's steady popping up on the internet. Now these niggas is hollering out apologies to the fucking Southsiders. Wow, man, that's crazy work. Not that anybody desires to or intends to be disrespectful on purpose. That's nobody's intentions in these YouTube streets. However, I done seen multiple clips like Longos going big with the N-word on blacks. I done seen all kind of NK podcasters, African booties, all type of shit, bro. And an apology and a promise, guarantee, or threat of a discipline is something we never see in these situations, bro. And he made it clear that fumbling at the mouth over there gonna make sure you get your issue. And I consider what Avalon Blue doing now, fumbling at the mouth. Sometimes it's hard to tell if he knows whether he's coming or going. I did not acknowledge him, say nothing to him. Shout out to him, no disrespect. However, I was on Tiny Teeth and Tongue, Tony neck about the bullshit, and Avalon Blue got in my comments to clarify, make it clear that Tony is no longer from the set. I guess, and then I was doing a further reaction to Tiny Teeth and Tongue at a later date, and I referenced that Avalon Blue shouted him out. He popped up in my comments to make that clear. And then he showed up in my comments a little later, like, oh man, I didn't know you and the homie wasn't getting along. I don't want nothing to do with it. Well, maybe you should stay out of it and off the internet. Oh, blah. Rest in peace to my boy C. Loaster from Playboys, East Side 50s. That was my baby mama brother. He rest in peace, cuz he's one of my main supporters on the internet at one point. I think it was before the Black Box, definitely through the Spotter days. I think it was through the beginning of the Black Box when he perhaps had lost his life, or I think it may have been before the Black Box. Had the Black Box been around, or had he still been around, you would definitely be familiar with him. He was confined to a wheelchair for the majority of his life, and he fell in love with computers before any of us thought about being on him. And he was on it and had my back. My boy Rodney, love you, fool. He was a Blastican. And then my first baby mama, she was from Playboys too. My 2 oldest daughters' mother. So I'm kind of familiar with that section. I understand, like in Watts, a lot of people grow up elbow to elbow, but the way Cuz homie was pressing at the time, came off, said what he said. If Cuz want to give an apology to the Playboys right there around his area that he bumped into at the store, I was on one, Cuz. You already know I fuck with y'all. Cool, but for Avalon Blue to come on here and do what he chose to do, in my opinion, is boo. But 2 Gangsters for YouTube is reporting on it. We're going to check it out with no further ado. Hey, the 5 trades, gotta holler at these old niggas. And the young niggas, baby shooter, man, he ain't had a good run either. They like 0 for 3. She.
What it do, YouTube? What it
Dude. So Tone finally gives us his side of the story. We now identified that the Mexican was a Southsider. His channel is called South Central Audit. Tone said he used a derogatory word used to diss blacks. He was upset that I was in the way of him recording. That's why I got mad and said what I said. But in reality, he doesn't feel that way about all Southsiders.
Like I tell y'all, man, I just chewed over here on the east side, man. Ain't about business program. With that being said, we got my homeboy Tone right here. First off, homie, I want to say, I'm sorry about this saying about crime. I said you see it. So right now, you've been charged with speaking out Avalon policies and get called in that scene. And that's when we see the three group of the camera people right there. And then we right there, we on the phone and shit and recording. And the nigga was like, this donkey's
Cuz too old not to know better from trying to do this type of politicking online. What type of shit is this, bro? I thought you wasn't on internet, nigga, Blue. Disappointed in you.
This monkey stayed getting in front of the camera. So I turned around and I'm like, what? And me and the homie, we start tripping. And then he walked back to where the police was at. And then he like what you gonna do? So I'm tripping on cuz. And then he clicked the little gun shit. He like, man, you better back before you get shot. Yeah, and then I just started going in on her.
I seen a lot of people in the comments say this. They said since when
Bro, if he said some shit like that, so what if he dissed when he was hot, bro? This shit is El Bunko. This remind me when my G homie, Eastside Eastie G homie, had to get on the phone and check Cartoon and mark him out about getting online and bowing down to the black and brown issue. I talking about niggas are scared and I tried to get that cousin about it. He tried to act like he gonna stick on this. Nigga, I promise you on my dead homies, daughters, lokes, loved ones, sisters, sons, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews, and cousins, cuz my G homie mark cuz out, had him bow it down, do a video to apologize. I ain't finna go through the archives and go look it up. Eastside E double, he marked cuz out, made cuz apologize. Oh, you right, cuz I didn't think of it like that. Cuz ain't say the homie is not a third as articulate as I am. He made the same argument for the same points, but he tried to act like he couldn't understand coming from me. I made it 7 times clearer, but when he got on the phone with the G homie, he almost act like his panties was wet. Eastside East.
Southsiders do the job of the police. Showing up to a crime scene to record is not what a homie does. They said this. They said imagine a bunch of Southsiders getting arrested at a park and a black guy from Avalon Crips shows up and starts recording.
Bro, you know how many ends you gonna my man? Gonna get a foot up your ass if you stick around too long? Yeah, if Avalon Blue talking about, oh, you fumble up at the lips, it's worse than fumbling up at the feet. Yeah, he want to be internet nigga, because that's like a slick little cliche that don't make no sense unless you're sitting on the stand on my mama. However, you done fumbled up at the lips. Nobody bigger than the program. You announcing all updates we need to hear about when you get your ass whooped, old man.
They say you two will be mad and you two will say a derogatory word. However, he apologized for dissing all Southsiders, especially to the Playboys 13.
So the disrespect that you said for the SURENOS part, what do you feel about that? Is that how you feel, or I don't think that's how you feel? No, that's not how nigga feel. Nigga fuck with the Mexicans hella tough. He was antagonizing me, and then he steady clicking the recording, turning it on, turning it off. So I'm steady trying to push it, but I'm just.
We already know, cuz we feel you, cuz you don't have to do that, cuz you turned up, press your line. It is what it is. Just like when you get into it with a Damu in the system. And if it's up and turned up, you're going to diss. The rest of the Damu is all in you, and it's not all of a sudden a problem. Like, man, this shit turned down, cuz. Water. I ain't mad at the young niggas because they politicking cuz, and they present him to the public like this. But this is bad leadership. Oh, my mama.
Like he pushing my buddy, nigga, get cracking with this one. This citizen hat. And everybody jumping out with cameras every time the police see, because that's on the internet, because that's really gonna fly to say. You know, we not, even I'm not saying racist or whoever, but I don't remember outside races.
That's how you should have got at 600 with that camera. E double.
the mutual respect. You don't film the police or somebody else's trauma, homie, for your personal gain, bro. That's disrespectful and all right. We're not, sometimes it seems like for the views and for the tabloids that we must have dropped the G code and let you disrespect the code. Sometimes it don't fly. I just feel that.
Oh my God, no way. Everybody is not a public speaker. This is something I used to try to express to Big U shortly before he left the streets. Everybody is not made to be on the internet. And I couldn't imagine this being a real politic in the set off camera. This is all performative. I ain't no Keyways giving a fuck about that shit like that. You say, my bad, because I was hot. That's it. It's over with. We on the block still thugging. Now, if you want to problem after that, it's whatever. The fuck?
You got caught up in the moment with a professional blogger.
The Avalon Crip is one of the few sets that got law and order. You will get checked for the things you say and do. Tone was on trial.
I need to get checked for bowing it down and acting so sensitive or subservient and so concerned about offending the Southsiders when everything was already in context, needing no explanation. Anybody from outside looking in could pick that apart. You doing around here peeking with the cameras, you and everything you stand for. That's what we usually say. But if he had to describe a few things you stand for, so what?
For the things he said. An Avalon gangster Crip has found him to be guilty. He was sentenced to a DP. May God be with you, my boy.
Do you feel you need to apologize for that? For dishing the surrender like that? And
no.
The fabric of what we built, you feel you go for that? Yeah.
If you was a platform dude, I'll give you this. What's her name? Capone? Or Tone? If Tone was a platform dude already out here like myself, Damian Porter, Trigger Bird, somebody of that nature, you slip up. Like when I was in traffic and I dissed Avalon on accident very casually. I wasn't even upset. I was loaded having fun. And just because of a history of a gang's lingo, I got all kind of loved ones. I got calls from my loved ones. They had Tony, Tiny Teeth and Tongue, Spook. Shout out to my nigga Lil Shug. And I came on here and apologized very quickly, correctly. It's nothing. You digitalize, but this situation with all that emotion involved, the things that provoked him to get to where he was at, bro, you supposed to ride with your homie and be like, y'all know what time it is, cuz. Cuz was hot. This nigga was out of bounds over here. Shit, it is what it is now. If Cuz was a content creator, then I could see him taking it upon himself to have the responsibility to try to clarify his position. I'm curious to see what the Viral Way got to say about this. Mr. Viral, Messiah, Cuz we need y'all to tap in on this. East side business.
So with that being said, the Playboys know, and all the Mexican niggas know who I fuck with. Them niggas know I'm not like that. I feel they deserve an apology too, niggas, but we're not used to people's coming, filming us for the police raiding us. That'd be some clown shit.
So if you responded like gangsters to some unusual shit, y'all been over there 40, 50 years. When the police come around, some niggas brought some cameras, some outsiders that you don't quit, and he did correct to defend the fucking headquarters. What are we apologizing for? You just should have warning out, hey, don't come over here like that no more, because we can't control how it's gonna go. The fuck?
So I respect that you stood up for the culture, homie, but Sam took your word.
That's the end of it. That's the bottom line. Respect it and leave it alone. You don't see somebody do something you respect and then require or request an apology for them. That's a contradiction of concepts.
First, yeah, you know, without a comment. So as of now, man, I found you guilty. Speaking out of
that nigga just said, as of now, I find you guilty. Cuz he should be able to request the head up with cuz. Since you found me guilty, you DP me and you, head up. Whoop cuz ass. Cuz this is boo, cuz. This is not cripping. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This ain't got, first of all, no business on the camera. And then cuz ain't did nothing wrong. East side. My homies wouldn't give a fuck. Keyway. Right now, what we just buried with the F-13s. Go look on social media. Young niggas doing all type of little bullshit, that don't really coincide with the get down. Ain't nobody coming under no motherfucking discipline. Now, if you really do something to violate the war, you might have to holler at somebody, but try to police everybody's mouth, especially when somebody's infringing on your home turf, that's soft, weak, watered down, boo-boo.
Avalon policy book, man, let's keep it racist. So, you know nobody's been in the program over here. So we all know the drill, right? So, they ain't gonna be televised, bro. But we know we're gonna get to it, bro. And he right here to stand.
When the gang Rico come from the Avalons, we got some content for the feds to decipher. For the active members, hierarchy, the structure, it's all being put in place. This is goofy as fuck.
This team, and we gonna handle that shit, bro, amongst homies, bro. So, again.
You gonna handle it against what?
The hell? Oh my God, no way,
You know we can hear you. We not your homies. You handling in front of us, the world, and the feds. At least chapter 1. I guess you're saying we ain't gonna see the whooping. But y'all come up here and document every update that happened in your hood. We know Cartoon Tony, Tiny Teeth and Tony, then flew from Alabama to get DP. That's documented. Now we know Shooter done got DP. This nigga getting DP. Why is all the Avalon functions on the internet? Y'all trying to get a Zeus contract?
My homie, came out, mainstream, and my homeboy got racist.
Just imagine when 600 brought that first camera, cuz this shit is crazy, cuz. That's fucked up, Tone. I appreciate your loking and how you pressed your line right then, cuz. So my mama, niggas know how this shit go.
Get you some money, you gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this is the short version. You know, get you a couple $, man. You gonna feel different.
Next with Net Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.